Hey Birchouse friends, welcome back. So today's question comes from Michelle, who asks, Hey Birchouse, what is your favorite non-history item that you build? For those that don't know, the bread and butter of this business is our period accurate historical items, things like our shields. That's the main thrust of the business. But I do make some uh, functional items like our cooksa, our spoons, and I make some art pieces like our shelf cats, our shelf birds. Um, I do some scarab carvings. We do the little jewelry pieces like the Viking axe bracelets. So I do a little wooden art projects as well as some functional goods on top of the historical stuff. So what's my favorite non-history thing, non-historical period accurate thing that I make? That's pretty easy. It's our kodama. These are tree spirits from Japanese folklore, and I'll link a video that we made on these, so I don't go too deep into what they are. But they're just little tree spirits. I really I started making these last year, and I really like making them. Um, I like them because the wood tells me what they're going to look like. So much of what I do is working against the wood to turn it into the thing I want to turn it into. Especially even with like spoons, generally I have a shape, I cut the shape out, I carve the bowl of the spoon, and I get a pretty consistent product or good. Um, Shields are going to look the same regardless of what I do with them. They're not going to be a lot of variations. A lot of what I do is kind of molding the shape, uh, molding the wood to the shape that I want. The Kodama simply do not care. So, like, take for example this guy. He had all this rotted out section that came way up, and I thought that was going to be his back, and I thought it'd be really cool to kind of work along the back and leave a lot of that. Take out the bad and leave stuff like this. And as I was working him, I realized that I was probably working his front, and so we got this chubby little guy, and was still able to leave some of that rotted away bit, and that's just very cool. Or this guy here who had a knot on his back, and I turned it into a little backpack for him. Or this guy who has that same kind of rotted out section. We cleaned that out, and was a really the stick kind of I had to really take off a lot of material, so we ended up with a guy who was maybe a little taller than the others and really skinny. And so it's kind of nice to work on something that I'm not forcing into a shape, but rather I just follow the shape, and the branch that I pick kind of determines what these little kodama will look like. Each one is really unique, and it's because they're as unique as the branches that they come from. And so I really like making these. I really like kind of following the wood and finding out what they're going to look like. When I start, I don't really know what they're going to look like. And that's just really cool. So that was a great question. Thank you so much for asking. If you ever have a question for Birchouse, comment below with Hey Birchouse, ask, and we'll answer it in a future video. In the meantime, we'll see you all next Wednesday.